All right, Calvin, you want to go ahead and kick it off? It's 8:15.
Yep. Give me 1 second here. I'm clicking on David's online message here and taking care of that one. Good morning, everybody. We got our fourth quarter meeting for the Midwest user group, and we've kind of spread our wings and kind of merged with all the user groups here in the Midwest. And then I think we spread even further than that. We've got Vancouver or British Columbia, Canada, I think, is now in our team. A handful of people from California have joined into the group, and I think we also added the Kentucky area into the group. So we have a very large group coming today with a little over 300 registrations into the meeting. So we'll be seeing people popping in and out. A lot of people are liking the new online format. They can pop in for the 1 hour session or pop in for a couple hours, disappear, and then come back later for the other. Because we have the agenda out there and we really stick to the agenda, people are really liking that they can bounce in and out of the meetings. I just wanted to introduce the presenters today. We have Amy Melton and Brad Bourne coming in from Epicor to introduce Kinetic and the App Studio as it stands now in 10.2.700. Christine Hansen has come in from Epicor, and she's going to be doing a 10.2.700 overview of what all's available in the software and kind of where Epicor is going into the future. We have myself and Ron Stevenson doing the how to flex general ledgers and get a little more out of the accounting modules. Graham Ross is going to be doing cycle counting. Graham's with an Epicor user. He's going to go over cycle counting and how they do this at Advanced Engineered Products. We have a panel for Epicor Data Analytics and Epicor Data Discovery, and that's going to be ending up held. Let me go ahead and pull this over here by Jordan. I'm going to misspell or pronounce that last name there, Jordan Lemel.
Lemlin.
Okay. We have Pete Rass from Arizona Tile, Tammy over at Federal Foam, Ann Watson at Euclid Systems, and Rick Bird are all going to sit in on that panel of discussion, how they're using EDA and EDD in real life in their company and how they're getting the most out of the software. And Jordan from Focus Software, which is the company that made or kind of has the backbone behind that software. Then we're going to have our close to closing session. It's going to be an open Q&A and a Stump the Chump session. We have Hasso Carrot coming in, Jose Gomez, Bruce Larson may make it in. Graham Ross is going to pop in again for that, and then we'll have Fred and myself also discussing that with everybody. So there's going to be the presenters for the day, and David, this is how I knew your question. We already threw it into the agenda, so thanks for asking it a second time. We won't forget it. But I tried to put all of the questions in here that Fred was collecting over time so that we'd have them all centralized. Anything, again, if you put it in the chat window, I'll go ahead and pull it out, add it to the agenda, and make sure that it's on the topic for today. I also wanted to thank the sponsors for 2020. We had a handful of sponsors that helped keep the group going and donated money into it. Century Business is a credit card processing and payment automation that ties into Epicor, allows you to take credit cards, ACH, and direct payments from your customers into the software. Memex Software is an IoT company. They turn around and have a bridge that connects machines directly into ERP. So they're taking shop floor data and putting it directly into the top floor. And they have a magnetic mount that can be put on your old legacy equipment. So even if you have equipment from the 40s or 50s still running in your plant that doesn't have network capability or doesn't have a computer on it, they have a magnetic mounted controller that you can put up to 16 sensors on your equipment and have that data directly pulled back in and sent back to MRP. Focus Software is also one of our sponsors, and Jordan's going to be sitting in on the EDA EDD panel. They're really with business analytics and how do I get more information out of that Epicor system. You've been collecting the data. Now, how do I get it out and make some sense to it that can actually help you drive businesses and to move your company forward? We also have Encompass software. Encompass is a I think they're a VAR with Epicor still, and
Yes.
also a services partner. So they do consulting, they resell the software as well. I don't have a list of all of their softwares, same as I probably couldn't even tell you ours, but Codabears is also a services vendor. Go ahead and check out both of the websites. You'll see an updated product list and service offerings. We also have Avalara as one of our sponsors. They do the Tax Connect. In a nutshell, they make tax less taxing. Anything to do with sales tax and use tax, they're going to be the gospel and the authority to make sure that you're charging the right taxes and then reporting back to all the jurisdictions. And then the last Source Day is our final vendor and sponsor for the user group. Source Day is a procurement system that will automatically communicate your purchase orders that you create in Epicor ERP with your vendors and allow your vendors a portal to go in and let you know that they're shipping product to you and do kind of a advanced shipping notice so you know products are coming. Any collaboration or changes to your purchase orders get rolled out to the vendors automatically through the portal as well. It also communicates either by email, cell phone, text. They have a mobile app as well for vendors to connect in. Really simplifies the procurement process within Epicor and keeps you up to the minute. Next thing, we're going to have a raffle today. Focus Software, Codabears, the Epicor user group.
Century Business Solutions.
Thank you. I'm like Century Business. Person emailed me last night. Have all donated to contribute to our raffle, and we're going to have raffles sporadically through the day. This morning, we kind of came up with how we're going to do this, and we said, or I guess Christine said, we're going down the ladder. So Fred has picked some random numbers. This ties into the attendee number that's in the meeting. Before the attendees came in, we picked a number, so we have no clue who's there. They're really going to be truly random. If the member isn't present, we'll go down to the next person that is close to that number. So it's kind of like the Price is Right and the wheels going down, not up. We're also going to be doing the polls here for next year's meeting dates. So we've got a couple minutes that we're going to take here, and Fred's going to pop the first polls out. The proposed meeting dates for 2021, we have 2 dates in February, the 17th or the 18th.
And in the chat window, I've also put the other proposed dates for the other 3 meetings. And we were going to give people a minute or two. That's right. Starting the timer now.
Where did you put the poll?
It's showing up on your screen. And since Calvin went there earlier, we have 65% of the polls responding. We're up to 70%.
I see there's a couple that are answering in the chat window. If you guys could also answer the polls, that'd be great.
Yep.
Or in the questions window.
All right, we got about 82%, and it's an overwhelming majority for the Thursday one. We'll go ahead and close that one. We'll open up for the May meeting, launch that poll real quick. If you'd all answer the poll question. Dave Miller's asking for a recount. All right. We'll get about another 15 seconds here.
We might have.
Exactly. Did we hit 105% yet?
Almost. Okay, we'll close this one out. And dates for August
May.
launch.
For May. What date
We already
you
did
get?
May,
Yeah, what was the
Oh.
date?
the
Probably.
Thursday date.
Okay. I was like, what date got voted?
So far, we're up to Thursday.
I can predict the winner based on the comments.
Oh, poor Scott's from Pennsylvania. And Olbrantz, you're from Wisconsin. We can't count your Mount Island vote. You're too late.
Yeah, it's after the 3rd.
All right, we'll give this one about another 10 seconds here. It's looking like an overwhelming majority for Thursday again, like a 75-25 split. Oh, just went up, 76-24. Ooh, I feel like I'm on TV.
You are.
All right.
You're in the picture square.
We'll close that one. That's 76% for Thursday, the 19th. And then our last date is November.
Come on, nobody wants a hump day? Come on, say it with me. Hump day. Didn't work.
Need the little camel. All right, got about 75% people voted. We're looking pretty good for Thursday. We'll give it another 15 seconds or so if you haven't voted. 'Tis the season. At least in the US, we got people from all over the world. I should be respectful. Okay. We're
Survey
overwhelming majority
says.
for Thursday. So I'll close that one out. And that gets rid of our polls for the day. Woohoo.
Okay, so next year is an overwhelming Thursdays. And we'll go ahead and put these dates in the minutes of the meeting so that everybody has that. If you can go ahead and update your calendars in advance, that makes it a whole lot easier. And I talked with Christine about this week and Fred, and we just want to thank everybody for sponsoring the user group. If you can keep sponsoring the user group, that's great. You don't have to necessarily support the Midwest user group. Support your local user group. So Christine still has to print up paperwork. When we do go back to in-person meetings, or when we do have the in-person meetings, there will be name tags, prep time, doing any of the documentation. This is all volunteer work, but it still ends up with some expenses. If you guys are able to contribute, that's great. Go ahead and work with your local group, or if you want to send it to the Midwest user group, that's fine too. We'll kind of share it out with everyone. If you can contribute, that's great. If you guys can't, that's totally fine too. This is a no charge forum. So what we're doing here is totally fine. It's just if you guys can contribute, that works out as well. I know at Coda Bears, we're donating in the webinar expenses for GoToMeeting and just said, forget it, use the account, run with it, and we'll just pick that up here. So I don't have a problem with that. I did have a couple questions that came into me that people asked if I could see a show of hands if anybody was using the software. anybody using the Epicor payroll module and is sending their pay stubs via email with a secure PDF attachment, oh, they're doing that. Dawn over at Farm Tech would love to talk with you and say, hey, they're trying not to reinvent a wheel. They're hoping someone's already done this. And Rick down at Bullard is getting an error with a EO browser with Kinetic, but it's only happening on a few of their PCs. Other ones, they work totally fine. And tech support hasn't been able to give a firm answer or give an answer that's actually taking care of these people. So if anybody else is running into this EO browser issue in 10.2.700 Kinetic, that would be great. Sorry, trying to keep up with the chat window as well. So you're going to see my head bouncing from window to window. I'm like, this is getting difficult. Okay. That covers all of the new business that we had for this morning. Chad, thanks for doing that. I'll go ahead and get you in touch with Rick over at Bullard, and you guys might be able to collaborate and put together heads and come up with an answer. Amy, are you out there?
Amy and Brad are out here.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you now. Brad,
Great.
you're still muted. You've got yourself muted.
Yep, I'm muted.
Now you're not.
Morning.
I'm going to ask you, any idea what this EO browser thing is?
I'm
I
not
actually
sure.
wanted to see the case. I in the chat, I asked if whoever is, Rick, if you could send me the case number, I'd be interested in kind of looking into that. So
I can
that
have
would
him
be
send you
great.
the case.
You can? Is that what you
Yep.
said?
I'll go ahead and put that in the notes here, and I
Great.
will
Thank you.
follow up with that.
And I'm still unsure how I share my screen. I'm so sorry. I had some technical problems getting in early enough to do this.
I'm going to make you the
On
presenter
your-
right
Oh,
now.
you have to do that. Okay, I was looking around trying to figure out.
You should be the presenter now, Amy.
Okay. Yep, I see that.
And once you start, I'll mute myself and get off camera. There you go.
Are you seeing my screen? Okay, I got to move
We see
stuff
you.
around.
Yes, we are.
Now I'm moving my
There you
move
go.
my stuff around so that we have it on the right screen. Whoa.
And
keep
when you
coming back.
start the presentation mode, Amy, there should be an option to swap from presenter. You got
There
it.
you go.
Okay, I'll duck out here.
Awesome. Okay.